friends! I'm so excited to play with you today. My family and I just moved to a new house, so I'm living in I have a new background, and I have some kind of new sounds going on. I have my air conditioner, I might have my kitties walking around in the background, but that's because sometimes new things happen. You move to a new place, and you have a new adventure. So, that's what I'm doing. Today I thought that I would draw a picture with you. I want to show you how to draw a picture of a rocket ship. And while we draw a picture of a rocket ship, then at the same time we're going to practice drawing squares or rectangles, lines, crosses, circles, and triangles. Those are all important things to learn how to draw so that learning those kinds of shapes teaches us how to draw the shapes of the letters of the alphabet later on when you learn how to write words and letters. So that's why we're going to do that. The first thing that we're going to do, though, before we even get started with drawing the rocket ship, is that we're going to do some warm-ups with our pencil. Or if you're not using a pencil, you could use a marker, you could use a crayon, you could use whatever you got. And I'll show you how to do them with a crayon or with a marker or whatever you have. So, we're going to start with your hand in the middle of the pencil and move up to the tip like you're an inchworm, and then inch your way back. Inch your way forward, and inch your way back. See how I'm moving with my hand all the way up to the tip, and then all the way back to the back? I'm going to come around to the other side so I can show you how to do it with your left hand in case you're left-handed. And it's a little bit easier to see when I show it from the other side. So that's what I'm doing. So you can inch your way forward. I'm not as good at doing it with my left hand as I am with my right hand. Inch your way back. Inch your way forward. Inch your way back. If you're doing it with a crayon, then it's a little bit shorter, but you can still do the same thing. Go into the very front. Go into the very back. Front. Back. The other thing that I'm going to have us do is practice spinning it. You see how I'm making it spin? You can do that with a crayon too. You can spin the crayon. I'll show you up close, and I'll show you in slow motion so that you can tell what I'm doing, just in case I was doing it too fast. So I'm using my pointer finger, my middle finger, and my thumb. And I'm putting my middle finger underneath it to lift it up, my thumb on this side of it to push it back, and my pointer finger on top to push it down. And that makes it spin. You can make it spin the other way. There's two ways to make it spin. It's kind of tricky. Can you get it to do both? Alright, well my hand feels warmed up and ready to draw. I'm ready to draw a rocket ship. So, I'm going to tilt this down so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. Alright, the first thing that I'm going to draw is a rectangle. Rectangle right in the middle of the paper. See my rectangle? Alright, now I need a triangle on top of it to be the pointy part of the rocket ship that makes it go forward. So, I know that I want it to come to a point up here and a point up here. Now, I'm going to do two little triangles at the back to be the blasters. They'll be blasting out the fire that makes the rocket go fast. Do two little triangles. And then, I want to put a circle in the middle. That's the window that the astronaut can see out of. I'm going to draw an astronaut. I'm going to give them a face, and some eyes, and a smile, and their body. You see my rocket ship so far? I made a rectangle, 3 triangles, and 1 circle. And it made this whole rocket ship. So, now I'm going to make some stars. Here's how I'm going to do the stars. It's a little bit tricky to draw a whole real star, so I'm going to draw some crosses to look like they're twinkling. I think, let's try it in white. I don't know if white will show up on this paper. You can't really see it very well on there. You can see it if I hold it up to you. You see my white cross? But that's okay. I'll just use black. But you could use white or you could use yellow or orange. And I'm going to make some stars twinkling in the sky. To draw a cross, you do a line going up and down and a line going side to side. And they cross each other in the middle. If you do big ones, it looks like a big star twinkling. And if you do little tiny ones, it looks like a little tiny star twinkling very far away. I'm going to put a lot of them all over. If you already know how to make a cross, then you could try making an X instead. An X is another way to make a star. X, X. Let's see. X, X. X's are a little bit trickier than crosses because it can be hard to draw diagonally. But if you already know how to make a cross, the next step is being able to make an X. X, 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 X. Alright, I've got my dude in a rocket ship and a whole lot of stars all around him. I think that my rocket ship needs some fire, because right now it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. It's just sitting there with all the stars around it. So, I'm going to do some orange for fire. I'm going to do just a big orange scribble. I'm going to add some yellow, I think. I'll add some yellow to it. Whoa, this is a lot of fire. Alright, you see him? I've got the guy, I've got his fire, I've got a whole rocket ship. I think that my guy needs some planets to go to. So I need another piece of paper. I'm going to get this piece. I'll get dark blue, because dark blue is kind of like space. Space is black, but it would be hard for me to color on all black. So I'll get this one. I'm going to put my astronaut and my rocket ship over to the side. And I'm going to make some planets. Here's how I'm going to make these planets. I'm going to draw a circle. And a circle. And a little circle over here. That one's not far enough back, you can't really see it. There you go. I've got 3 circles. You could make more than 3 if you have a bigger piece of paper. My piece of paper is kind of small. And then I'm going to color on all my planets. So this planet, I think, has some green on it. Because the green is for the ground, like the grass and trees. And I'm going to color that in. So maybe you could pick a planet that has some grass and trees and ground like the Earth does. And you could put some green on that planet. The Earth is the only planet in our solar system that has grass and trees and people can live on it and walk around on the ground on it. All of the other planets in our solar system, people couldn't live there. Unless they had, like, a really powerful indoor, like, container that they could build on the planet. I'm going to put some blue around this one, too, for the water. The only planet that people can go outside and breathe and not have to wear spacesuits. That's Earth. So my planet kind of looks like Earth. This planet does. And so I put some water on it, because Earth has water on it, too. So then, let's see, for my next planet, I want to make one that's kind of like Jupiter or Saturn or Venus. It's kind of swirly, and it's kind of brown and yellow and red. So I'm just going to make some scribbles to color that one in. I'll color it with brown and red and orange and yellow, and this one will just kind of be like stripes of the different colors. Move all of these out of the way, they keep getting in my way. Stripes of the different colors all over the planet. And those stripes are usually made out of different kinds of gases that are in the air. It's not gas like you put in your car, but it's a different kind of gas that floats around in the air, and it makes the whole planet look like a different color from a long way away. So there's my second planet, and then for my little planet, I'm going to do my little planet like the moon or Pluto or Mercury. I'm going to color it gray. I'm going to color it gray just by doing light black. And then I'm going to draw some other little circles on it because it has some craters on it. Craters are where like meteors or like rocks that are out in outer space, they're just like floating through outer space and they bump into the moon or they bump into like Pluto or Mercury and they leave a big dent on it because it's like a big giant rock, like the size of like a car or a building or even bigger, and the big giant rock bumps into the moon, which is really, really big, and it leaves just a big dent in the ground. Like if you've ever been to the beach or played in a sandbox or played with sand, like kinetic sand, you know how when you like hit it or if you drop something, then it kind of makes a bump, it like bumps out the sand a little bit. So that's what happens, that's what makes craters, is that this giant rock runs into the planet and it makes a crater. So I drew a bunch of little circles on it to be the craters. And then I'm going to put some more stars around these planets. Put a lot of stars. I'll do them the same way that I did those other stars, where I drew crosses or X's. Crosses and X's are both good ways to make a bunch of little stars because they look like they're twinkling. See? Alright, here's my planets, and here's my rocket ship. And I realized I forgot to color my rocket ship, so I better color it. I think real rocket ships are usually like white and gray and black, but I think that I'm going to make mine more exciting. I'll make it a rainbow rocket ship. So, I'm going to color it purple. I'll color the blasters purple. And then I'm going to color the main part of it blue, I think. Because blue is my favorite color. So if I made a rocket ship, then I would probably paint it blue. Because that's my favorite color. What's your favorite color? What color would you paint a rocket ship if you got to make one? Like in real life. So, I'm going to color all of it blue. Gotta color the top part. How does your hand feel? Is it tired after all of this coloring, or do you still feel like strong and ready to color, or how are you feeling? Sometimes people's hands get tired while they write or color or draw. And if your hand is getting tired, then it's okay to take a rest. You could pause the video if you needed to. You could always do that anytime that you needed to take a rest while I'm making any video. Alright, and I colored the point of it green. So, now I drew a rocket ship, and the planets that the rocket ship is going to. And if I was going to hang them up downstairs, then I could hang them up like this, so that I can tell that the rocket ship is going up to the planets. And I practiced drawing circles, and crosses, and X's, and triangles, and a rectangle, and now you know an easy way to draw a rocket ship. You should teach your mom or your dad or the grown-up who takes care of you. You should teach them. Now that you know how to draw a rocket, you should teach them. You do a rectangle, 3 triangles, and 1 circle. And that's how you do a whole rocket ship. You should show them how. And maybe the next time that we talk to each other, then you should show me your drawing. You should save it until then. I would love to see it. So, thank you so much for drawing with me today. Oh, one other thing. If you know how to write any of the letters of your name, you should write the letters of your name on your drawing so that we know whose it is. So I know how to write all of the letters of my name, so I will write them down here at the bottom. I did not leave myself very much room. Maybe you did not leave yourself very much room either, because I didn't think of it until just now. So I'll write the letters of my name pretty little. K-E-L-S-I-E. But if I only knew the letter K, or if I only knew one letter, that's okay. I could just write the one letter of my name, or I could just draw. I could ask the adult who takes care of me how to spell my name, and then I could draw that. So, ta-da, Kelsey. Maybe I'm the astronaut in the picture. It doesn't have any hair, but I don't have a lot of hair either. So, all right. Well, I have fun drawing with you today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. I'll see you later. Bye.